All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about an idea today that, honestly, it might feel a little weird at first, a little counterintuitive. We live in a world that screams, share everything, right? But what if the real power, the secret weapon, is to do the exact opposite? What if it's all about building in silence?
But you have to ask yourself, why is that our first instinct? The minute we have a new idea for a business, or we decide we're going to get in shape or write a book, boom, we feel this overwhelming urge to post about it, to tell everyone. We announce the plan before you've even taken a single step. But what if that's the very thing that's sabotaging us from the start?
And this quote, man, it just cuts right to the bone, doesn't it? The act of talking about your goals can become the biggest roadblock to actually hitting them. But how? Why does this happen? Let's break it down.
So, first up, let's get into why sharing too soon isn't just a harmless habit. It can be actively destructive. It can be a dream killer. Think about it like this. When you get a new idea, a fresh spark of inspiration, it's not some roaring fire, not yet. It's more like a tiny, flickering flame. It's fragile, it's delicate, and just like a brand new seedling, the last thing it needs is to be exposed to a storm. It needs protection. Because the moment you share that fragile idea, you're opening the door to all kinds of threats. You get judgment from people who can only see through the lens of their own fears. You get so-called advice that's really just poison, designed to make you play small. You can even get jealousy, sometimes from the people you love the most. And the deadliest threat of all, you risk losing your own motivation. And there's actually a scientific reason for that. It's called the dopamine trap. See, when you tell someone your big plan and they go, wow, that's incredible, your brain gets a hit of dopamine. It's a feel-good chemical. The problem is, it's the same chemical reward you'd get for actually achieving the goal. So your brain gets tricked. It feels like it's already won, and that fire, that drive to do the hard work, it just vanishes.
And this quote just nails the result of that trap. Your whole reward system gets rewired. You become an addict for the praise, for the validation, instead of putting in the quiet, grinding, unglamorous work that leads to real, actual progress. So it really comes down to two different paths. You've got the talker on one side. They announced everything, get that quick hit of praise, feel successful for a moment, but the motivation fizzles out. They're left with nothing but words. Then you have the builder. They tell no one. They work in the dark, building discipline through the struggle, and in the end, they're left with results. And look, your energy is a finite resource. You only have so much in a day. The talker spends almost all of their energy explaining their dream, defending it from critics, seeking approval. The builder takes all of that same energy and pours it into one thing and one thing only: the work.
Okay, so we know the dangers. We get it. Now let's flip the script. Let's talk about the solution. How to use silence not as a weakness, but as your single greatest strategic advantage.
I absolutely love this way of thinking about it, the farmer's method. Think about it. A farmer doesn't plant a seed and then dig it up every day to show his neighbors. He doesn't ask for opinions. No, he plants the seed, covers it with soil, and gets to work quietly, watering it, protecting it. He only reveals the harvest when it's grown, strong, and ready. Your goals need that same quiet care. Here's another way to see it. Early praise is like a snack that ruins your appetite. It makes you feel full before you've even had the main course. It satisfies the ego and kills the raw hunger you need to achieve something great. Silence, on the other hand, silence keeps you hungry. It keeps you focused on the real meal, the results. And this is something you have to burn into your mind. Your journey, your biggest dreams, they're sacred. They're not up for a public debate or a community vote. The vision was given to you, not to them. You don't need anyone's permission to pursue it. And the path of a builder? Well, it's not a highlight reel. It starts with a silent decision. Then it's followed by months of quiet, consistent, often boring work. There'll be doubts. That's when discipline has to kick in. And then, slowly but surely, the first visible results start to emerge from the silence. Which brings us to the payoff, the final chapter. This is the moment when all that quiet work becomes so loud that it can't be ignored. This is about letting your results do all the talking for you.
Let's just be brutally honest for a second. The number of people who truly, deeply care about your potential, it's zero. People are busy with their own lives. The world doesn't pay for plans, and it doesn't give trophies for good intentions. It only respects performance. It only rewards what's finished.
And just look at the difference here. It's night and day. Words might get you some temporary respect, but it's all just potential. It's noise. Results, on the other hand, command lasting respect. They are undeniable proof of your performance. They don't make noise, they have actual power.
So the whole strategy here isn't about sharing your plan. It's about revealing your transformation. You don't want people to watch you lay every single brick. You want them to turn around one day and be completely shocked to see the castle you've built.
I want you to really let this one sink in. Use it as a personal gut check. If you constantly find yourself having to explain what you're trying to do, it's a clear signal. It means your results aren't speaking loudly enough yet. It's time to stop talking and get back to building.
Because this is the end game. This is the moment the entire conversation shifts. The goal is to get to a point where nobody asks you, "So what are you working on?" Instead, they look at what you've created, and with awe in their voice, they ask, "How on earth did you do that?"